Most men chase women their whole lives, never realizing the real power comes when the tables turn. Imagine a world where she's the one texting you first, checking your social media, and trying to get your attention. That world exists, but only for men who understand attraction triggers. Attraction isn't about being rich, tall, or having perfect looks. It's about activating the deep, hidden psychology that flips a switch in her mind. When you know this trigger, you stop being the pursuer and start being the prize. She begins to wonder about you, think about you, and chase you without even realizing it. The truth is, women can't resist a man who makes them feel a specific way. And once you unlock this secret, you'll notice how different they respond to you. This isn't about tricks. It's about understanding female desire at the core. Today, I'm going to reveal the attraction trigger that makes women chase you. 1. The power of mystery. One of the biggest mistakes men make is being too available, too predictable, and too eager. Women are naturally wired to be curious, and curiosity is the foundation of attraction. When a man gives away everything too quickly, his feelings, his intentions, his time, he kills the very thing that could have made her chase him: the unknown. Mystery is not about playing games or pretending to be someone you're not. It's about holding back just enough so she wants to lean in and learn more. Think about it. If you meet someone and within 5 minutes they dump their entire life story, every thought, every opinion, every desire, what's left to discover? Nothing. The spark of curiosity is gone. But if you reveal yourself in layers, like chapters of a book, she stays hooked. She starts investing her attention in you because you're not giving her the full picture right away. Women crave a challenge. If you're always available, always replying instantly, and always putting her above everything else, she doesn't have to work for your time or attention. And what we don't work for, we don't value. Mystery creates the exact opposite effect. It makes her value every piece of you she uncovers because she had to earn it. Maybe you don't answer every text within seconds. Maybe you don't reveal all your weekend plans. Maybe you keep certain details of your personal life private until she proves she deserves that access. This isn't being cold, it's being deliberate. You're showing her that your time, attention, and inner world are valuable and not available to just anyone. Here's the secret most men don't realize. Women chase what they don't fully understand. If she knows everything about you, she has no reason to think about you when you're not around. But if she only has pieces of the puzzle, her mind fills in the gaps. She starts replaying conversations in her head, analyzing your behavior, and wondering what you're doing when you're not with her. That's how obsession is born. And the beauty of mystery is that it shifts the dynamic. Instead of you chasing her for validation, she's now chasing you to unlock the next layer of who you are. Mystery doesn't mean being fake or lying. It means being intentional with how much of yourself you reveal and when. Every powerful man throughout history understood this. They didn't rush to be understood. They allowed others to wonder, to question, to chase. And that's exactly what makes women lean forward, invest, and pursue you. Mystery is not just attractive, it's magnetic. And when you master it, you'll notice women chasing you without even realizing why. 2. Emotional impact over logic. Most men think attraction is logical. They believe if they just show a woman their resume of good qualities, stable job, nice car, respectful attitude, she'll naturally be impressed and want to stay. But here's the truth. Women don't chase men because of logic. They chase men because of how those men make them feel. Attraction is an emotional game, not a logical checklist. If you want a woman to chase you, you must understand how to trigger emotions she can't ignore. Think about it. Why do people get addicted to certain songs or movies? It's not because of the technical details, it's because of the way those things stir emotions. A song makes you feel powerful, nostalgic, or romantic, and you want to hear it again. A man works the same way. If you're predictable, dull, and always safe in your interactions, she may like you, but she won't crave you. Craving comes from emotional spikes, moments that surprise her, make her laugh, challenge her, frustrate her a little, and then pull her back in. These highs and lows create the roller coaster effect that women secretly find irresistible. Here's where most men go wrong. They think being nice is enough. Yes, kindness is valuable, but if it's the only emotion she feels with you, she gets bored. You must be the man who can spark multiple emotions. Confidence that makes her feel safe, humor that makes her laugh, unpredictability that makes her curious, and strength that makes her feel admiration. When you blend these emotions, you create an unforgettable impact. That impact lingers in her mind long after you've left. She'll find herself lying in bed, replaying your words, your smirk, the way you carried yourself. That's not logic, that's emotional impact. When you master this, she starts chasing you for more of that feeling. She'll send the late-night text just to see if you respond. She'll look for excuses to be around you, not because you logically make sense as a partner, but because she's addicted to how she feels in your presence. That's the power of emotional triggers. The key is not to fake emotions or act like someone you're not, but to embrace your full range as a man. Don't be afraid to tease her. Don't shy away from setting boundaries that frustrate her in the moment. Don't hesitate to challenge her when she's wrong. These little sparks create emotional energy, and that energy keeps her chasing. Women don't want a perfect man. They want a man who makes them feel alive. If you can master emotional impact, you'll never need to beg for attention, she'll give it freely, and she'll chase you to keep experiencing the emotions only you can trigger. 3. Scarcity and value. One of the deepest psychological triggers that make women chase men is scarcity. Human beings naturally desire what feels rare and valuable. Think about diamonds. At the end of the day, they're just rocks. But because they're scarce, controlled, and positioned as precious, people will pay fortunes for them. The same principle applies to attraction. If your attention, time, and presence are freely available to everyone, they lose their value. But when you become scarce, not desperate, not always accessible, not handing out your attention like candy, you instantly create an aura of value. And that value makes her want to pursue you. Most men kill attraction by being too available. They cancel plans, always say yes, and make themselves the center of a woman's universe. While they think this proves love or loyalty, in reality it screams low value. If she knows you'll drop everything just to see her, she doesn't need to earn you. There's no challenge, no scarcity, no chase. But when you protect your time, when you prioritize your goals, and when you make it clear that your attention is not something anyone can just demand, she begins to see you differently. Suddenly, she has to compete for your focus. And competition is one of the strongest motivators in human psychology. Scarcity doesn't mean ghosting her or pretending you're busy when you're not. It means living a life that is so full of purpose, ambition, and self-respect that your world doesn't revolve around her. You have passions, you have goals, and you have standards. When she realizes she has to earn her place in that world, her investment skyrockets. Women are wired to value men who are not easily won. That scarcity creates urgency, and urgency fuels pursuit. Here's the paradox. The less you need her validation, the more she chases yours. If you're not constantly available, she starts to wonder, what's he doing? Who's he with? Why isn't he texting me back right away? That curiosity turns into desire. And when you do finally give her your time, it feels special, not ordinary. It's the same reason people line up for limited edition products. They want what's hard to get. Your attention should feel like that. Rare, exclusive, valuable. When you embody scarcity, you stop being another option and start becoming the prize. And here's the key truth. Women don't chase men who make themselves easy to win. They chase men who understand their value, protect their energy, and make her earn her place in their world. Become that man, and you'll never need to beg for her attention. She'll be the one chasing you. 4. Dominant energy and leadership attraction isn't just about looks, money, or charm. It's about energy. Women are irresistibly drawn to men who radiate dominant energy and natural leadership. This doesn't mean being aggressive, rude, or controlling. It means being the man who takes charge of his life, makes decisions with confidence, and doesn't hesitate to lead the way. Most men today think they'll win a woman over by being passive, agreeable, and letting her decide everything. But here's the uncomfortable truth. That doesn't make her chase you. It makes her see you as replaceable. Women chase men who embody strength and direction because deep down, leadership signals protection, security, and value. Think about it. When you're out on a date and she asks, "Where do you want to eat?" Most guys throw it back. "I don't know, whatever you want." That seems polite, but it's weak. A man with dominant energy doesn't hesitate. He says, "We're going here. Trust me, you'll love it." That one small move shifts the dynamic entirely. She relaxes because you've taken control, and she feels the thrill of being led by a man who knows what he wants. And here's the kicker. When you consistently show that kind of leadership, she starts chasing your presence because it makes her feel safe, guided, and alive. Dominant energy isn't about overpowering her. It's about grounding her. Women are naturally emotional, and their feelings can swing like a pendulum. A man who is calm under pressure, who doesn't fold under stress, becomes a rock she can lean on. That stability is intoxicating. She'll crave it, because in a world full of uncertainty, you stand firm. And when she feels that strength, she doesn't just want you, she'll chase you, because losing a man like that feels like losing an anchor. Here's where most men get it wrong. They think dominance is about arrogance or barking orders. Real dominance is quiet, unshakable confidence. It's walking into a room and people can feel your presence without you saying a word. It's setting boundaries and sticking to them. It's having a vision for your life and refusing to compromise it for approval. Women find that energy magnetic because it's so rare in a world of men constantly seeking validation. When you cultivate leadership and dominant energy, you stop being another guy trying to impress her. You become the man who impresses himself first, and she naturally follows. Remember this. Women don't chase men who blend in. They chase the man who stands tall, makes decisions, and leads with power. Be that man, and she'll chase you harder than you ever imagined. 5. Unshakable confidence. Confidence is the foundation of every attraction trigger. Without it, nothing else works. A man can be mysterious, scarce, and even have leadership qualities. But if he lacks confidence, women sense it instantly. Confidence isn't about talking the loudest in the room or flexing material possessions. It's about the energy you carry, the certainty in your actions, and the way you believe in yourself, even when the world doubts you. Women are naturally drawn to men who walk through life with a quiet but undeniable belief in who they are. That belief is contagious, and it makes them want to be around you, to invest in you, and yes, to chase you. Here's the problem. Most men confuse confidence with arrogance. Arrogance is loud, desperate, and insecure. It's built on proving yourself to others. Real confidence, on the other hand, doesn't need validation. It comes from knowing your value without announcing it. When you enter a room, you don't need to impress anyone. You simply are impressive because of how you carry yourself. Your body language is relaxed but strong. Your words are deliberate, and your actions are consistent. Women can feel this kind of confidence without you even trying. And the moment they feel it, they start leaning in. Confidence is also magnetic because it's so rare. Most men live in self-doubt, constantly second-guessing themselves and seeking approval from everyone around them. When you're the man who trusts his instincts, takes action boldly, and refuses to let fear hold him back, you instantly stand out. That difference makes women curious. They wonder, why does he seem so unshaken? What does he know about himself that others don't? That curiosity turns into respect, and respect turns into pursuit. The beauty of confidence is that it amplifies everything else about you. Mystery becomes more powerful when it's paired with confidence, because instead of looking insecure or shy, you look intentional. Scarcity becomes more attractive because it doesn't come from fear of rejection, but from a genuine belief that your time is valuable. Leadership becomes magnetic because it's rooted in certainty, not control. Confidence is the glue that binds all other attraction triggers together, and without it, everything falls apart. And here's the truth most men never realize. Confidence is not about perfection. You don't need to be flawless to be confident. You just need to accept your flaws without apology and still move forward with strength. That unshakable belief in yourself is what makes women chase you. Because deep down, every woman wants a man who makes her feel secure, and nothing communicates security better than confidence that cannot be shaken. 6. Purpose-driven life. Nothing makes a woman chase a man harder than seeing he has a life filled with direction, ambition, and purpose. Men who lack purpose tend to orbit around women, making her the center of their world. At first, this might feel flattering to her, but very quickly, it becomes suffocating. Why? Because women don't want to be your purpose. They want to join a man who already has one. A man with a mission radiates energy, focus, and passion that naturally pulls people toward him. When you live with purpose, you stop chasing women because you're too busy chasing your goals. And ironically, that's what makes women chase you. Purpose creates gravity. Think about the most attractive men in history. Leaders, creators, innovators. They weren't attractive simply because of looks or charm. They were attractive because they stood for something bigger than themselves. They had goals that consumed them, visions that guided them, and missions that gave their lives meaning. Women can't resist that energy. They crave to be part of it, to feel like they're alongside a man who is going somewhere, a man who won't waste his potential. That sense of forward motion creates an urgency that makes her chase you. Here's the secret. When you have purpose, you naturally create scarcity without trying. You don't need to play games or pretend to be busy. Your life genuinely is full. You're working on your craft, pursuing your dreams, building your future. This makes your attention 10 times more valuable because she knows it's not freely given. It has to be earned. And when she finally does get your time, it feels rare, special, and worth chasing. Most men fall into the trap of making women their number one goal. They rearrange everything just to be available. But that's exactly why they struggle to inspire real desire. Women don't want a man who gives up his life for her. They want a man whose life is so powerful, so inspiring that she wants to be part of it. If you're building something, whether it's your career, your health, your finances, or your vision, you automatically raise your value. She sees you as a man in motion, not a man standing still. Purpose is also what gives you resilience. When life throws challenges at you, instead of collapsing, you push forward. That resilience is incredibly attractive because it shows strength and determination. Women want to chase men who won't quit, men who stand tall in the face of obstacles. Purpose makes you that man. It turns you from another option into the prize she doesn't want to lose. And once she feels that pull, chasing you becomes second nature. 7. Emotional control. One of the strongest attraction triggers, and one of the most overlooked, is a man's ability to control his emotions. Most men sabotage themselves because they can't manage their reactions. They get jealous too quickly, they overreact when things don't go their way, or they crumble under pressure. To a woman, this signals weakness, insecurity, and a lack of control over life. On the other hand, a man who stays composed, no matter the situation, radiates power. He shows that he can't be shaken, and that kind of stability makes women chase him because it's so rare. Here's the truth. Women are emotional by nature. Their moods can swing, their feelings can shift, and they often test men to see how they'll respond. If you match her mood swings with your own, you fail the test. But if you remain calm, steady, and unshaken, she begins to trust you. That trust transforms into respect, and respect is the foundation of attraction. Women crave a man who can ground them, someone who doesn't lose control when life gets messy. Emotional control isn't about suppressing your feelings. It's about mastering them so they never master you. Think about how many men get overly needy in relationships. One delayed reply to a text and they're panicking. One small disagreement and they blow up in anger. This kind of behavior screams insecurity. Contrast that with a man who doesn't flinch. A man who sees the delay, stays patient, and continues his life without overthinking. A man who faces conflict with calm words instead of shouting matches. That level of control is magnetic because it communicates self-mastery. And self-mastery is irresistible. When you can control your emotions, you also control the dynamic of the relationship. You're not a slave to validation. You're not manipulated by games or mood swings. Instead, you set the tone. You show her that no matter what happens, you remain in command of yourself. That's a rare quality, and it makes women chase you because it separates you from the sea of men who crumble under pressure. Emotional control also ties directly into respect. When a woman knows she can't easily provoke you, she respects you more. When she respects you more, she invests more. And when she invests more, she chases harder. It's a chain reaction that starts with one simple principle. Never let your emotions rule you. The bottom line: women chase men who remain calm in the storm, men who don't let small things shake their confidence. Master your emotions, and you master the dynamic. That's how you transform from the man who chases into the man who is chased. Attraction isn't about tricks, pickup lines, or trying to be someone you're not. It's about embodying the qualities that naturally flip the switch in a woman's psychology and make her chase you. Mystery keeps her curious. Emotional impact makes her crave your presence. Scarcity raises your value. Dominance and leadership show her direction. Confidence radiates strength, purpose pulls her into your world, and emotional control proves you're unshakable. Put together, these 7 triggers turn you from a man who begs for attention into a man who commands it effortlessly. Women can't help but chase what feels rare, powerful, and secure, and that's exactly what you become when you master these traits. Remember, the goal isn't to play games or manipulate. The goal is to build yourself into a man whose very presence makes women lean forward, invest, and pursue. Because when you stop chasing and start embodying these triggers, the entire dynamic shifts. She stops being the prize. You become the prize. And once you're the prize, she'll do everything in her power to win you.